Welcome to Right Investing. So today is Friday morning, and yesterday, Thursday, is kind of sideways. I think about close to break even. I sold my UVIX calls on the SPY around the SPY lows for the day, as I said I would, and then I actually bought UVIX put, and I've lost on it so far, but I like it's worth 40 cents, so it's pretty marginal here, actually. But I couldn't sell it once I bought it in the morning. I thought the market would produce a little bit better yesterday than it did, but I'm pretty happy with having it today anyways. It's down 4%. And going in after today, I'll probably be holding some more UVIX puts for next week over the weekend. And then the main position I have going into today is MSTR put spreads, which this is looking very unfortunate that MSTR has been doing pretty good ever since I've been in the spreads. But, I would anticipate it to crash hard with Bitcoin. And I guess at this point the hope is Bitcoin crashes below 20K today. So if Bitcoin doesn't crash below 20K today, it looks like MSTR is not going to get pummeled too bad as long as it's in this range. I think if Bitcoin goes below 20K, I think MSTR will get pummeled fast. So I'm still holding on to hope for these to hit. I only have these two today, the top two, so $90 a day is probably a little ambitious. $130. I could definitely expect that if Bitcoin goes below 20K. This is the SPY chart. That's why I'm pretty happy holding UVIX puts. It is a little bit risky shorting the VIX over the long weekend when there's all this talk of inflation. But if you look at this, there's even more trends you could draw. It is broken most of the support lines on the bear trend market, but one trend line I do like is this one. Is probably one that I think a lot of people wouldn't draw because it doesn't link to two support trend lines, but they usually hold the same, pretty similar angle from the resistance to the support on a trend. Now, obviously, it won't stay in this trend forever. There's bigger, longer-term support trend lines that it'll start to hit and probably hold on those. At least in normal times, it would hold on those. If we're heading for a depression, it might fall through them. But anyway, I draw this one here, and then I slide it down to the, to slide it down then to this low right here. And that puts you right where it went yesterday. So, I'm pretty happy, especially today. I think the VIX will do bad. So plays you can hit on that are UVIX puts or UVXY puts, but there can be a benefit to having puts as well if you either are nervous about taking too big of a loss. You'll still lose 100%, but you can invest less amount of money. But otherwise, if you don't want to pay that premium, you could just invest in SVXY, which is a pretty decent idea. And SVXY, just the stock, I think it's just 1x the VIX, but shorten the VIX, but you don't have to pay the premium on a put for the time. But this is the Bitcoin chart, and we need it to go down, and it looks like it is hitting this bear trend right here. Down, sideways, big red candle here. Looks like it'll like to go down. Look at it at the 5-minute chart and expand it till we get to the other 20K level 2, and it came down to it, rebounded right back to the levels. And then this rebound was not nearly as strong as the previous rebound. This one went sideways, fell, recovered back to the level. But so if it breaks this level right here, 20,800, which I expect it will. I would expect it to fall through 20. I mean, I'm expecting it to fall through 20 at some point. Hopefully it happens today. I know Bitcoin likes to take forever. This is what happened to me last time that I was in this situation. I was trying to short it. Oh no, it was right in here when it was riding this wave for so long, and I went in for the short right in here somewhere, and it did big recovery before it ended up tanking. Or actually, no, I went in for the short right in here. Big time Mara short right in here. Looked like it was going to go down. Big recovery before it eventually went down, but I was on Mara puts, so I lost my ass, and that was unfortunate. So this one could definitely go sideways longer, and I originally expected it to, but I backed off of that because the sentiment and the fundamentals, I think, on Bitcoin right now are just so bad because, yeah, I think you got a recession coming. It's going to be a horrible play in a recession. Sure, it was an inflation play, but it was better as an inflation play before now. Now, it was forward-looking inflation play. Now the inflation is here, but now the rates are going up. And with the rate increases, that's also horrible for Bitcoin because it's going to lower inflation. So, I just thought maybe it wouldn't go sideways for as long, and I hope that's true. The signs, to me, are looking that way. When you look at this run right here is just all so bare, so much negative momentum, and it just keeps pumping back down to 20K, is posting higher or lower highs, and if this turns right here from this level, that's an extreme lower high, so I'm expecting it to fall through. Really hoping it falls through 20K today so that I don't lose my complete fucking ass on these MSTR put spreads, because I'll be pissed because MSTR is a bullshit fucking company. Took $2.5 billion worth of loans and dumped it into Bitcoin. So I think they're on the path to bankruptcy. Good luck out there, everybody. Market's opening up. SPY's opening up almost 1% up. UVIX down big. That's good for me. My put. But what I really need is Bitcoin to crash. And if you look at that, I just said if it goes below 28, and I expect it to, by the way that big red candle was, would you look at that? So, you know what? Today might be a good day. It might be a good day. But whoever's buying MSTR, I don't understand. Why are you guys buying MSTRs? They're on path for bankruptcy, I think, and they're valued here at $1.82 billion. And when I say in Stock Twitch yesterday that they can't be near $1.28 billion, somebody said, well, they have more than $2 billion worth of Bitcoin. Well, $2.5 billion of their Bitcoin was bought with loan money. They got to pay it back. And I think they got even more loans than that they probably didn't spend all on Bitcoin. But, they spent $4 billion on Bitcoin, and $2.5 billion were loans. So if they only have they have 129,000 Bitcoin, so you could do the math. But if it's a little over $2 billion, and that means they're out like a lot of money. That means they're out of their entire $1.5 billion that they put in themselves, and they're in the hole on the loan. So they're in trouble. This pisses me off that they're even up for the day. They should just be getting goddamn pummeled, and especially 21,000 is the level that they have to start covering the call. Now, I don't think they're selling or covering the margin. I don't think they're a margin call. I mean, I don't think they're selling their Bitcoin at this level, although that's technically what that seems like it kind of means. But I think if it goes below 20,000, they will have to sell. And so once that happens and the selling pressure picks up on Bitcoin, it could just shit Bitcoin out. And I'm also would be very surprised if big institutional money is still holding Bitcoin or would still hold Bitcoin. And they do probably believe in it in the long term, and I believe in it in the long term, but I'm not going to hold it through a recession. I'll buy it coming out of the recession. So that's all I got. Good luck, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe so you can keep up with all my suggestions in my portfolio, and find some big hits for yourself, because if I were somebody watching this, I would be buying some of these spreads for next week. I still like them for next week a lot. Like this one, if you got this for 20 cents, you'd 5x your money. I bought it for 43 cents. I think this one's a slam dunk. I don't think you'll get it for 20 cents, but although maybe because MSTR is up for today. All of these, though, for next week. Now, this Friday is obviously a little hairy, but for next week, these spreads, giving you the option to 5, 6x, whatever. Like this one would be, if you got it for 85, it'd be more than a 5x, 6 or about a 6x. So I bought it for 95, still more than a 5x for me. And got to get to 120 by 624. I do expect that to happen. So, okay, good luck, everybody.